We are ready.
Hi everyone, my name is Taufik Alami and today I'll be presenting my final year project, Dystopian of Deforestation.
So let me start with Kluang history. A village called Kampung Kluang existed before 1910 near the town of Kluang. The name Kluang comes from the Malay word Kluang, or known as Malayan flying fox. It feeds on durian flowers and fruits such as rambutan, rambai, mango and others. Due to the decision of Sultan Johor to vigorously develop Johor Bahru and Johor district, forests are being cut down in large amount. Deforestation has caused the bat to migrate to find their new habitats near Kluang village for them to find foods, inhabit and multiply. At that time, these bats are believed to have attacked orchards and the public also organized shooting teams to eliminate the bats with the intention of driving them out. Finally, a shaman had to perform a ceremony in the hill to lure away the bat from the village's orchards. Although a large number of bats appear in the past and even caused bat infestations, people still willing to call that place as Kluang or Bat City because of the culture and physiological phenomenon. There are quite a number of organizations, associations and society including Kluang Municipal Council are using bat as their logo design element. Some also say that the name Kluang is taken in conjunction with the topography of this city within two twin mountains that resemble the wings of bat. From this history, I want to emphasize the issue of infrastructure and urban development project that cause deforestation. So the objective of this issue is to educate local communities and tourists about the need to protect forests that can develop and enroll in ecotourism activities. Deforestation that happened because of large-scale development projects, including land conversion activities, has worsened many natural disasters. And this is some of natural disaster that happened in Kluang because of the large scale of deforestation. In 10 December 1969, the city of Kluang suffered a catastrophic flood. This flood was the biggest flood after Kluang was opened as a port. Landslide also often occur along Jalan Kluang Renggam route during heavy downpours, obstructing traffic and causing inconvenience to the locals. Deforestation also destroyed animal habitats and diminished biodiversity. The destruction of habitat caused animals to leave certain areas, causing a drop in their population and eventually leading to extinction. Study of bat by Lane and others show decline in the diversity of bat that may relate to urbanization and destruction of roosting style. Other than bat, tapir and elephant also face the extinctions in Kluang. Next, deforestation also caused climate change in Kluang. This heavy rain and high temperature in Kluang promote prolific plant growth needed for productive agriculture, but they also activate heavy surface and deep soil erosion. Human intervention for commercial gain has resulted in clearing of vegetation and forest land for agriculture, settlement and infrastructure development. This has resulted in overall reduction of our forest area, decline in quality of our forests, and tearing the natural habitat into unconnected parts. And what needs to be done? Building the understanding on the status of our forests over the last 50 years and its ecosystem services. Environmental awareness, building the understanding on the biodiversity and ecosystem service among local communities. From the issue that has been raised up, I want to propose an ecological resource center. So Twilight Resource Center. The aim of the center is to carry out high-quality resource on the biological diversity of forest, grassland, mountain, and river ecosystem, to learn about the system and to provide evidence of the importance of their conservation in the urban area. ray of light symbolizing the hopes of the forest by using narrative that warns the public of their own shortcoming and create a sub-narrative that lead them from a bad future to a better one. And this is my target user, public, tourist, and also nature lover. So how I want to create the environmental awareness in architecture. From the natural disaster that have occurred, architecture can be used as a platform to give awareness to human beings by conveying the social struggle of the past to influence the future. Creating a building that one will be able to identify the positive aspect within the negative narrative. The negative narrative created was meant to allow a reconnection with the past, transport the user back in time of the earth destruction by human hand. So basically, it is how I want it to be happen by relating back the destruction from the past. And I come up with this related concept, which is dystopian of deforestation. So the word dystopian derived from ancient Greek, which means bad landscape. It reflects a negative connotation. Dystopian is the idea of a society that acts as a warning, generally of a speculative future, to represent where the society is heading if it does not change. It enables the user to think critically of the present. This concept wants to tell you how the negative element can give a positive impact to the community. So the main concept dystopians seek to expose and exploit current problem to define a possible solution and also maximize the effect on public awareness. Next is for the design strategy that I want to propose to ensure the success of the concept by first creating a narrative within the building form. So through the narrative architecture from dystopian approach, it can begin to tell a story and change people's awareness. It also will be able to allow people to learn lessons about the issue that face society on the environment. So first approach with concrete narrative. So this is a narrative in built form, a physical architecture that manifests some sort of narrative or story. So this is the example, TWA terminal at the John F. Kennedy International Airport. The building resembles the eagle, which embodies American pride and power from a conceptual viewpoint. The building also linked with the underlying narrative of flight. The architecture continues the narrative experience of flight through the use of smooth white concrete form, soaring curves that suggest flight itself in their trajectories. And how I want to bring this concrete narrative on my building is by using binary narrative method. So implementation of the building binary method, given an object or an architectural situation a parallel identity, was derived not from its function but from the so-called trans function. The aspect of binary narrative conversion, which means that the chosen image or narrative must be changed from its most basic representation and into a root trope. Trope is meant to make a gesture, a figurative illustration is degraded to suit the purpose. So this is the sketch that I made using bed structure, body, and wing as a reference image to create the core form. To give story to the building, trigger human awareness of the extinction of this animal because of the deforestation. So what I can conclude from this concept is that how can we identify positive aspect with the negative narrative for it to stay relevant for the future generation. Twilight was designed with first dividing a box to create a dystopian landscape. Next, creating opening for building entrance and connection to each block. Adding tensile structure to give a dystopian building shape. And then repetition of long trunk around the building to give the experience of the deforestation. The site was designed by placing the parking on the side and making a clear pathway to connect the pedestrian from residential area. The ground floor plan was designed to welcoming the public by making it more open and inward planning layout. There will be a media center, ecological gallery, dystopian courtyard, souvenir store, cafeteria, and also herbal cafe. 2 open staircases was placed to connect to the next floor, and the service area, such as toilet and also musola, was placed on the back for easy access. Refuse chamber was placed near the kitchen area. Next is the first floor plan. There will be management office, NGO office, ecological lab, open exhibition, and also library section 01. Second floor plan can be accessed by the staircase from the library section 1. So basically on this floor there will be multi-purpose library section 2 and outdoor library. For the outdoor library, it will be there will be a bookshelf and the multi-purpose library for the user to have some relaxation space, and they can also read book in here. And throughout the layout plan, I created so-called tunnel journey to guide user from space to space and experience the idea of sequence narrative in diagrammatic form. I want the user to experience the darkness that happened on the past. And on the end of journey, they will saw a light which indicates the certain space that has been provided. And this is the section AA and BB, which we can see the main core space on my building. This is the roof contour, membrane and support mass, and also fabric structure. I use Frey Auto Montreal building as a reference for the tensile structure. And this is the detail drawing from my tensile roof, membrane plate detail, and also cable clamp detail.
That's all from me, and thank you.